Welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News.
People that use
Crypto sell-off, Bitcoin
currency
capitulating,
as a store
$81,000.
of value.
We're still at war.
Poor.
Still at war, friends. Still going to war. I'm just going to go out and say it as well, friends. Look, I don't know what happens in 2026. I don't know. This could be 1/3 of a bear market. We could have the worst is yet to come. It is possible. It could be the worst is yet to come. We could be totally in a deep bear market. There could be a lot of pain. I'm going to show you blockchain backer astrology fractals and stuff out here. There is a lot of that, okay? There's no, we're coping and hoping. But that's my strategy is not, I'm going to guess what actually happens around the corner in the next 1, 2, 3, 12 months, okay? I just to buy low, wait forever, sell high, okay? That's my strategy, all right? But we got to get rid of that. That's our thoughts. You just think, hey, okay, if it is a bear market, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? You're like, I know we're all thinking, we're like, well, honestly, I don't give a shit, bro. We've been suffering for 4 years. I didn't give a crap. Oh, it's gonna be bad for another 3 years, whatever. Already 4 years deep, okay? So we're gonna go through a lot of stuff out here. We've actually got the Bitcoin sell-off explained as well. Thank you to Randy Boo as well for sharing this. I've got a lot of things coming your way, friends. We've even got Jim Cramer with the Hail Mary. And even before we jump onto anything else, friends, the whole reason for the sell-off, so the US Fed, rate cut changes and everything, but I'm just going to tell you right now, the sell-off, well, now we know in hindsight, because this is what happens, price moves first. There's always an insider scum doing the move, right? MSCI, which you guys never heard of them, okay? They make the indexes. They're making rules. So they're having a meeting which ends December 31st on whether to include or remove MicroStrategy and other DATs, crypto asset treasury companies, stocks, who just acquire crypto. So they're supposed to end the meeting December 1st. They started the meeting October 10th, okay, which is, if you know, that's Black Swan Day. So obviously we know what the meeting conclusion is going to be. Pretty much, it's pretty much the market saying, "Hey, meeting conclusion, they're going to remove MicroStrategy. They're going to remove all the DATs." So they will no longer have a chance to be added to the indexes and get passive bids in any ETF. All right? Which you don't give a shit about because we didn't buy altcoins for that anyway. Like, you never even heard of that. You didn't even know that was coming. Or even, I didn't even know if that was possible, right? But I'm just going to tell it to you right now. So guess when, friends, the meeting, the conclusion of the meeting is going to be revealed January 16th next year, which is funny, friends. This is wild. I've been telling you every single day, Year of the Snake. Year of the Snake ends February 16th or something next year. And I've been drawing them for like 48 hours ago. Look, I just think there's going to be one last month, 1 year of the snake attack where the snake comes back, like the bad boss comes back out here, which is funny. Their announcement's going to be there. And I guess, look, I don't know, hoping and coping, whatever. Maybe Bitcoin's at 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, whatever. Send it to freaking zero at this point. I don't give a shit. But that might be the double capitulation week, where it comes back, maybe we relief rally to Dikembe, and then in January, when that news comes out, the final retailers get out because they're just saying, oh, it's weak, it's going down. And then you realize, wait a minute, we've known about this for 3 to 4 months, But that's actually what happens, friends, as well. As we move on through that, is more bad news appears in a bear market. So it's not like everything's in the clear. So what we'll now do, friends, I'm actually going to show you what I've been talking about. This is Bitcoin. Let's actually go and let's actually check out Bitcoin on the monthly as well, so we can look at it. Okay, so that was Bitcoin on the weekly. Bitcoin on the monthly, there's this, my random line of friendship here, my random unicorn line. It's kind of funny, friends. With Trump tariff, the second month we had a bounce, rejection, and then the third month, right, we actually smacked down and went up. So that's why it'd be funny if, we don't know what's going to happen. Look, obviously, I don't know. All I know is they all overbought Bitcoin. I've been talking to you about this for a year and a half. I'm like, all these non-believers are in Bitcoin and we still haven't had the ISM business cycle reverse up. So I know we got strong hands in altcoins, but we know Bitcoin's got weak hands. So we'll see what happens, right? Like here's the thing. We don't even have any gains in altcoins to give back, okay? Nobody even, prices in altcoins didn't even go up, right? Based off, Bitcoin's going higher. Not a single weak hand joined any altcoins. So, I don't give a shit. But we've got strong hands. So, we'll see. Now, see how we had these three candles? Maybe December's this little shitty relief bounce, which fails. and then everyone's going to sell the news. Everyone's going to be like, sell the relief bounce, right? And then maybe in January, the index comes out, and I guess we'll see what happens. Is it going to hold this channel and reverse up, or is more bad news going to appear and it's actually just going to slap down, and we're going to get the Bitcoin to whatever, the 60K, you know, anywhere from 40K to 60K, right? That's pretty much, I guess, what everyone's looking at. Now, I'm going to show you my weekly chart as well, friends. As you can see, year of the snake. Year of the snake, year of the snake. It has been year of the snake. Everything that's been coming out here has been poop, of course. Year of the snake. Look at all this deception, by the way. I mean, talk about year of the snake, right? You come in, think Trump's going to be good. Then everyone thinks, oh no, remember friends, Ivan and Bobby, Uncle Bobby sold the third of their portfolio here. They go, I'm selling, it's time to get out. And then they're like, they got fooled as well. They thought Donald Trump's going to cause a recession. And then it went up, and they go, oh no, Bitcoin's going to 150K. And then now it's coming down, like, oh no, we're getting out. So it seems to be year of the snake. Year of the snake, friends. You know what? You know, ranges are snakes, right? That's in markets, because ranges, the markets, it's not a trend. Yeah, it's like it gets bulls up and then comes back down, breaks a low, goes back up, breaks a high, breaks a low. It's ranging. Yeah, it traps both bulls and bears. Everybody gets deceived. All right. This is the chart that look. So this is this circle, friends. We're just trying to highlight it where we are now. Look, this channel of mine, it is another random channel of friendship. Which is short, but they mean nothing. But it's just astrology. However, if we see something like there's some sort of relief, all right, and then this moving average is coming down, you can already see maybe Bitcoin 95 to 96K, they're going to be getting for the shorts here. People are going to load up shorts. And then where is the announcements here? The MSCI removal. So you never know. We'll see what happens here, friends, because Blockchain Backer is going to show fractals of the past where he believes this is going to go back down. It's going to fail. And we're going to go down even below this, and we're going to come back down. It's all over. Okay? That's what he believes is going to happen. That's what actually most people believe is going to happen. That's why no one's saying actually buy the dip. Literally nobody out here. And we'll see if anybody's actually euphoric here. We'll see. We'll see. Okay? And then we begin Year of the Horse. And like I said, friends, I don't know what's going to happen, man. I don't know. All right? I don't know. I will tell you, though, something, and you know already, a lot of the people, friends, who are claiming victory, okay, I don't want to name the K world, but a lot of them, there are comments under when they brag of people reminding, go, hey, bro, you got like literally the last 10 out of 12 things wrong, right? Every K world. So I'm not here. We're not here to like, you know, fight with anyone. We didn't care. I'm just telling you, for new people out here, you're going to see. So look, you know, on the ups, you know, when crypto goes up, everybody who's a bull, you look like genius. We're like, I told you we have value, etc. Right? We all look like geniuses. That's what, you know, everyone looks like, oh, wow, the green candles here. But then there's red candle mode too, which is what we're seeing now. So with red candle now, everyone looks at, oh, who told me to get short? Oh, I use this random indicator. Look at this. This is what told me to get out. And so people will flock to them as geniuses, okay? But then if you look through, everyone's like, dude, you know, you only got like 60% of the thing right. Like 40% of stuff hasn't. So, okay, so you end up coming to the conclusion no one knows what's going on. But also, friends, what you'll see is as well, you're dealing with a lot of stuff because you're listening to people who there's extreme confirmation bias as well. Because they click out, they're only looking for bad stuff. Okay, and then they're looking for everything that matches out the bad stuff. But then you might say, oh, but Sommi, what about all of us long? We're just looking for good stuff. I know, but you know that. We're totally aware. Yeah, we're totally aware. Because price is what you pay, value is what you get. You wouldn't be long if you didn't think the value was like 10, 20, 30x higher. You would not be long if you didn't think crypto's worth 10 trillion. You didn't give a shit. Crypto's 2.7 trillion now. It hit 2.6 or whatever, okay? I still think crypto's worth 10 to me. It's worth 10 to me. Is going to 100? Sure. I think it's literally, to me, it's worth 10 trillion today. Gold's at 30 trillion. The world's becoming more digital. They're printing more money. Crypto looks after the little guy right before robbing him. It looks after the little guy. P2P finance, open finance. We have DEXs, we have privacy, we have all this other stuff. The world's becoming more digital. Stablecoin, supercycle payments. You see what I mean? So for me, arguing or getting worried about, oh, it's 2.7 trillion. Oh, this one guy says we're going down to 1.5 trillion next year. Okay, you're a non-believer. So if we get the disbelief rally, friend, they're making nothing. Okay, they will be making nothing. I want to show you more stuff. So this is very interesting stuff that's been happening as well, friends, with the DAT stuff. So this is ETH-BTC, and man, man, it just looks so strangely similar to March 2020. I mean, in 2020. The year before the actual bull run. It looks so, it's strangely similar. It looks like this, where it's making these higher floors. You know, around here, friends, yes, guess what happened here? OTHERS-btc did flip from red to green on the monthly MACD, and the US Fed, they had stopped QT, okay, during that period of time. And I actually have it here for you if you want to look, friends. Look at this. See, they stopped QT. Let's actually put it back here. See, they stopped QT, and look, ETH-BTC bottomed out. And now here they are doing it again. Isn't it wild? Isn't it wild? They stopped QT, September 29, the repo thing, and this is actually zombie virus stuff. Okay, so it was already on the way up. Okay, so them stopping QT, ETH-BTC had already bottomed. It's going up. All right, so we'll see if that all continues and plays out. I hope it does. And let me show you the OTHERS-btc chart again as well. This is OTHERS-btc, friends. So the last time we flipped here, as you can see, right? So here, this is crazy, yeah? They stopped QT here, all right? And then we started going up, and then we flipped from the red to the green. This is on monthly MACD, so it was already moving up. So is this going to happen? And look, I'm just going to tell you right now, amongst all the hopium and copium, I've explained it for you briefly. In bear markets, there is like this always little relief. Oh, things are actually good, but then they ultimately fail. That's how you make the bear market. There's no sign that comes out and says everything's going to definitely keep getting worse, right? That's Uncle Peter Schiff stuff. Like you don't know. But bear markets, they're made every step of the way. You're just dragging it down, dragging it down. That's why traders, for example, they are too scared to like buy for long term here. Have you noticed, friends, like every single KOL is like, don't bother touching it now. It's going down to 75, 65, 55. Start buying at 55. They're saying that, right? Why is that? Because what I'm about to tell you, okay, as well, friends, is these people, okay, look where the weekly super trend is up here, 115K. Okay, 115K. So if Bitcoin even stalls here, all right, I'll put it for you in green. Okay, friends, these people, they would only buy if Bitcoin, I guess, closes 125 to 130. They'll only come back and buy here. So they've sold here, and they're happy to take their loss. They don't care. So they're slim because when bad news comes out, like you and I, we have risk now, like heart attack risk. You can wake up any moment. You're like, oh my gosh, the news kept getting worse, right? But they don't want that. That's why they go in stable coins. But they do pay a price. The price of that is you don't get to buy the cheap prices, do you? No. But they're okay. They might feel comfortable because they get to sleep at night or whatever. All right. So I just want to show you the mechanics of how it works, friends. But you got to remember as well, when everything goes up as well, these people who have sold here, okay, remember, you know, some of them will be like, I told you to get long. I told you this. So what happened, friends, is if we come here, if Bitcoin goes back to 108, all the same KOLs who sold, what they'll be saying is, they'll go, look, there could be a chance if it goes up higher that something might happen. They'll say it like the crypto KOL, key opinion loser language. They use that language. They go, oh, if it goes up, something good might happen. So they hedge themselves. They go, oh, but we got to be careful. Okay? So they basically, when it comes down, when it comes here, if it goes up, they're like, oh, I told you something could happen. If it goes down, I go, oh, I told you to be careful. Because what they're doing is, friends, they're farming losers. Losers attract losers. Scum attracts scum. And also, it's year of the snake. Okay? Year of the snake. So don't trust these KOLs. Look, that's why, friends, look, based off year of the snake fundamentals, which I've literally made out of literally nowhere, if the bullish stuff was snaky and then the Trump tariff was snaky as well, then why can't this be a snake too? Why can't this be a snake too? You the snake, the digital asset treasuries who said they believed in Bitcoin and stuff, maybe they're going to be like liquidating into the, if they're not in the MSCI. And I'll be like, ha ha ha, you guys are full of shit. You never believed in it anyway, right? It's totally year of the snake stuff. Now let's have a look at the short-term price action for BTC. And we'll go through, just have a look at where we are now, friends. So we've come down here. Jim Cramer did mark the bottom. I'll go through for you in yummy update. So yeah, this is a cooked chart coming out here, huge dump. So what actually happened here, friends? Why did this happen? Now we know, and I've got to make a full video. Okay, Bitcoin Sell-Off explained. We now know in hindsight it was the MSCI index. They are probably, they're having a fake meeting, most likely, to pretend like they had an open discussion when they've already decided they don't want to include any crypto company where more than 50% of their book is crypto. You're not allowed to be added to the index. Okay? So all these people selling are front running it. So every single person's been selling. That's going to be the front run, the capitulation. Bitcoin drops down 35%. It is in the correction territory. It's kind of wild, fans. It's literally right in between the levels here. Here's a 75K level that everyone's talking about, and here's 92. What's going to happen, right? So, fans, here is Year of the Snake. So, Year of the Snake, this is actually, if I check, Year of the Horse starts here. So, Year of the Snake might be here. So, you never know. Maybe it has a relief, and then you have the index actually that come out. They go, you know what? We reject the approval, and it might come down 76, and everyone realizes, wait, you've actually already dropped. Let's check out what that number would be. So you don't know where it's going to be, friends. It could make a higher low. It could test the low. It could just like break through the low. You're like, oh, wow, you dropped 40%. We've now priced in the removal of the index stuff. And then what? So it might be like that. But also remember, I'm long and I see the crypto industry as getting more valuable. Blockchain backer will believe, and everyone else like Ivan believes, that ultimately these things will fail. They think they'll ultimately roll over and fail, and it will go down to the 50 to 60 zone out here. So I just wanted to cover different angles for you. Now, of course, friends, dog shit Nasdaq somehow actually does a little recovery move up here. It went down, friends. Oh, wow. It was down 9%. And it did this like this little green move up here. It's not going to just probably move in a straight line. So there's a 10-period moving average. Maybe it's kind of funny, friends. You never know. By January next year, this moving average will be like up here. Imagine like this garbage goes up, and then a year of the snakes, and that's what also causes the Bitcoin thing. We'll see. We don't know. What I'm trying to like peek into the future based off absolutely nothing but astrology, and just prepare us, like, you know, more dog shit, more garbage. Look, I'm ready to go down with the shit, friends. I already told you. I didn't give a crap, man. I've sat through it. Look at this. This tells me, friends, you got to think about this. PMI has been this low. So any pricing I see in altcoins, it's been strong hands only. Because you got to think, friends, that means the retailers who did buy, this is you guys, all of us, all of us who have put in money in the past 36 months into crypto, you have put in money when you're poor. Yeah, you're a strong hand. You're a strong hand. Because look how low the PMI is, okay? You don't want to trust, well, this is me, right? I don't want to trust anybody who's entering crypto when the PMI is above 55. Because I'm like, well, you know, you are rich and it's great for the next, 6, 12 months, but I don't know if you're going to be around here when the PMI is low. That might be the thinking as well. Now, let's have a look at the Ethereum price chart. This is Ethereum on the monthly, friends. It's come back into this order block. Friends, it's just, friends, you understand, like, Ethereum looks so strong, bro, because it never rallied. That's why I want to let you know. Ethereum looks so good because it's never rallied, because its price is so garbage. Friends, Bitcoin broke its all-time high. Right, you know, Bitcoin went up to 2x its all-time high. So that would be Ethereum at 8,500. And then Ethereum, imagine its level went like bang, like that. Actually, let's do, let's say Ethereum went to 8,500. Let's do a 35% drop. Yeah, it will be Ethereum 5,500. That's what the chart would look like. That's what Bitcoin looks like, okay? And now everyone's saying, oh, we're going to go down to 4,300 and 4. That's what everyone's calling for, the equivalent. But look where Ethereum is, friends. It never went up anyway. There are no weak hands, bro. There's no weak hands. Look at this. It's only people. It's still in the range. It's still in this range. Look at this deviation down, deviation up. I mean, this is such a total scam, right? Imagine that's what happens. But look, see what I mean? Like, you don't have any non-believers in. You know, by the way, Ethereum does have some DATs, some digital assets, but we'll cover that later. And, you know, like Tom Lee and stuff. This is the Bitcoin dominance, friends. Bitcoin dominance still around 59%. It was ticking lower and lower and lower. Now, so now, friends, now you can, funny enough, we can see why on October 10th, after this scamming, Bitcoin dominance, why is all this giant Bitcoin selling? Why? What's going on? Now we know why. There were insiders. Insiders who know, there's insiders at the committee, right? Because there's billions of dollars online. They know, they go, yeah, we want to vote this thing out. Screw them. Okay, and someone's obviously got the word, and he's gone and told a friend, and they've had a panic. They go, oh, shit, we thought we were going to get passive ETF flow funds for the next 10 years. You're going to be removing them? I'm out. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay. Now let's crack on with some news, friends. So as I've shown you, Bitcoin capitulates due to insider scum front-running the MSCI decision, which is ongoing, where they'll remove MicroStrategy and the crypto DATs out here from the passive index flows. So obviously MicroStrategy, I'll show you some charts and stuff as we go through. And remember, they've been dumping since the October 10th day, the Black Swan day. So by the time the decision comes out, it's already 3.5 months in, etc., etc. All right. And friends, let me show you. I've got to show you the Bear Astrology from Blockchain Backer. Oh, I've got to tell you things as well, friends. I just want to tell you something as well. There are some people, they've sold with Blockchain Backer, okay, and they're now calling everyone else stupid for not listening to him, okay? But then if you check all the comments, people, a lot of XRP people are upset because, friends, I've been telling you for a year, Blockchain Backer's XRP target was $9. Yeah, so he said alt season's coming, XRP $9. This is going to be great. And then as everything just turns out, he goes, I'm out. So he goes, and then now it's come back down, right? What's XRP at, friends? It's back down now to $1.90. Okay, so it only peaks at like whatever, $3. So I guess what people are just showing, they go, hey, you're thinking about like one thing, like what about the other 3 things I get wrong on the upside? You know, so that's what this it's all a public forum, friends. Everyone's coming out like, oh, ha, ha, I'm the genius, follow me. It's not about that, all right? Even though everyone's doing it, they farm people. Okay, they do it to farm people. I'm not saying he doesn't do that. He's a nice guy. I'm just telling you, it's natural to see that. People change their mind lots, farm people. They go, oh, but I did tell you this, but I did tell you that. That's right, friends. You are like me, okay? When we walk outside, friends, and it's raining, do we yell at the cloud? No. Save your energy, dude. Save your energy so you can go hug your parents, okay? Save your energy so you can go, water a plant. Make yourself productive, okay? Yelling at the cloud literally does nothing, dude. Going out, being a cry faggot literally does nothing. It's okay, you want to talk, just dig things out, but it's not productive at all, okay? It gets you nowhere. So I want to show you more charts from BCB as well. So let me just go through this. So he believes that this is not anywhere near the bottom. There is no bottom, and he thinks in the best case, you get some sort of little euphoric, not even euphoric, some sort of like dog shit retrace. I guess it would be Bitcoin to like 94, which he believes is ultimately going to roll over and fail. Okay, showing the fractal out here. Here's the thing, right? We've seen all the other fractals. They play out like halfway and then it just breaks, you know? But I don't want to jinx anything, you know, as a coper and hoper. This is showing you, friends, as well. This is the VIX. He's got the VIX on the bottom, which is the volatility index. When the VIX spikes, Bitcoin has local bottoms, okay? This one had a random local top. So, yeah, Bitcoin local bottom. This is from 2025, March this year. You see? And then VIX spiking. This is Trump tariff tantrum, this one. See that massive Trump tantrum? Okay, as well. So when the VIX spikes, there are these little local bottoms. And now we have a VIX spiking up here, but you just don't know where it's going to stop, okay? So I'm just giving you context. VIX is spiking out here. It's kind of funny. There was no bad news in America that just came out, except AI bubbles popping. Everyone thinks AI bubbles popping, so the US Fed's rates odds are changing again. We'll cover that shortly. This is what he thinks Bitcoin's going to be ultimately doing, where it is the sideways scam thing, which ultimately, so friends, this is going to be wild. So if you got it to here, friends, if you got this chart on the right, see how it just looks like it's going to curl upwards? It just looks like it's going to go up, but then it just fails down. You know, so I guess that's what he thinks is going to happen. It's going to be some triangle. Everyone thinks, oh yeah, we're probably going to go up, and he thinks it's going to fall down. And you got to remember, oh, but what would make us go down but the Fed? But that's what I'm just talking to you about, friends. Like, price moves first, narrative follows after. So if crypto breaks down, the news later on will be like, oh, the inflation's too high, or they're not going to do this, or they hate crypto now. Trump hates crypto, or there'll be some news narrative with it. Oh, Trump and China are fighting again, right? So, you know, the price moves first, the narrative will follow after. This is another example of it. This is the total crypto market cap. Total excluding Bitcoin. Okay, so he thinks ultimately it's breaking these levels down here. And then we're going to go pretty much to Poopy Town. I think we actually have. Have we gone down here? I think total, friends, this is a screenshot maybe from before. just to show you. This chart as well, this is, see Bitcoin in the blue and the candles are MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is now back to its March 24 low where Bitcoin is 74K, right? So that's what is, that's how weak MicroStrategy is because it's leverage on BTC. And now you have the MSCI Fud, right? The MSCI Fud, bunch of cucks. This chart, friends, is showing you others. This is literally, no, this is total 3, sorry. Total 3 chart. It is now below the liquidation week of October 10. It's closed that week. Closed it, the candle wick, and so we'll see what happens. Now, ultimately, I think, friends, we deserve some pumping G music. And we've got to get something. And I will be lighting the candle for us as well. This industry keeps going to 0. Okay. What I now want to show you is on this chart, we have, this is where everyone thinks we are, basically, as just in a nutshell. Friends, like the similar part where you're like grinding lower and lower and lower. We've seen this time before. All of it ultimately comes because of the red monthly MACD chart for Bitcoin. The red monthlies have rolled over, so I had one red candle, and that's why everyone expects now the worst is yet to come. So that's why even Uncle Bobby, friends, it's funny, Uncle Bobby still thinks the bull run's on, which is crazy. I know he's going to make a video. He's probably going to be like, you know, it's 50-50 or whatever, but he actually made a tweet. He goes, yeah, I was actually surprised. I thought it was going to call that it's cooked. But this, friends, here showing you there's 2 green monthly candles here. There's this little relief. So what actually happened that period, I'll show it to you again. Okay, just so we know where we are. Just so you know, friends. So right here, so crypto capitulate. Okay, so this is what happened, right? Right here, the US Fed came out and said, we're going to hike rates. Inflation's too high. We're going to hike rates and we're going to stop the QE. All right? They set it up here. Crypto capitulates immediately. And then as we move into Feb and March, we have Russia-Ukraine war starts here. Russia and Ukraine. The war starts here. And then this is where literally the US Fed kept hiking rates and then someone dumped into Luna, Duquan, and it all just capitulates lower. And then everything dies here when the prices go down. All right. This is why it's weird. Like everyone's wondering, hey, why are you selling? Who's selling? Well, now we know, right? People front running the MSCI. They go, oh, you're not going to be able to be allowed in the ETF index, right? So that could be it. That's ultimately many people are going to be calling for the date with the devil here. I'd like to entertain the thought that maybe this cycle's not done. And if we actually do go up, it gets truncated again up here, right? Which ultimately fails. And maybe there's an Ethereum only an altcoin rally in next year. It ultimately fails. And then we actually, in 2027, we do have our date with the 200-week moving average right here. Because this thing might be like that. You know, so I'm entertaining that thought where that happens in 2027, where it goes up, right? Now, something you got to know as well, friends, if we're looking at the past, the top was in when the 200-week moving average crossed the previous all-time high. Okay, it hasn't crossed yet. It's at 55K. Previous all-time high was 69K. So what I've just done is I've shown you, everyone goes, oh, 4-year cycle and stuff. I've shown you something which was happening in the past, which hasn't happened yet. So once again, it's a matter of belief. Now I want to show you this. Let's go on to more cracker news. We have, friends, Jim Cramer is turbo doomer bearish on crypto. And if you don't believe it, I've actually got it here. Jim Cramer, friends, the consistent bullish crypto cheerleaders are due for a full court press using claims of $1 million per Bitcoin in 2030 or some other magical nonsense. They need to defend themselves as they always do. Saylor is due for multiple appearances. I will chat GPT what Saylor will say today. Wow. So it's basically, yes, saying you're all for it, go at it, dog, you can't defend it. Best to ever do it. And by the way, you want to know something? This is the funniest part, friends. He did mark the bottom on the session, which I'll show you now. The exact time it came out. Okay, I'll actually put it on a 15-minute, right? I'll just show you. We actually did go up from when he said that thing. He said it right here. His tweet came out here. I mean, he can't make it up. Is it not wild? Is this not wild? We just go down and down and down and down and down. Look at this, look at this. We go all the way down, and then he actually comes out here. He goes, it's over. And then we start going up. Oh, man, he's the greatest. He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the greatest to ever do it, man. It's a special one. Now, let's talk about US Fed stuff. Fed President John Williams says there's still room for a near-term rate cut as inflation risks ease and the labor market cools. So what I want to show you now is, friends, do you know the US Fed rate odds heading into the past 24 hours, it was only a 33% chance of a cut on December 10th. Guess what happened in literally the session as soon as Bitcoin goes down? Now it's 71% chance of a cut. All right, so Bitcoin goes down. Nasdaq was down 9%. I literally made a video yesterday. I literally 24 hours ago, I made videos telling you guys, I just can't be. Man, you know what? I'll find my tweet. I'll find my tweet in my video, and I have it right here, man. I was. You gotta understand the simulation, bro. We've gone through this every single freaking time, dude. It does the same thing. Here we go again. Getting tired of this crypto and TradFi pattern. This is exactly what happens, man. This is literally, look, it's to the T. 1, Bitcoin cracks. Number 2, the Nasdaq then cracks, which you just saw. Okay, Nasdaq goes down 9% as I showed you. Then Bitcoin cracks again over the weekend. Okay, it's over the weekend or into the weekend. It's end of the week stuff, as we've just seen. End of the week, you know, either bottoms on the day or on the weekend, whatever. Then Jim Cramer gets bearish. Then the US Fed sends whisper speakers to reassure markets. And what comes out? Fed Williams. Fed President John Williams says there's still room for a near-term rate cut. There is still room for it. Like, oh my gosh, dude, it's so annoying just seeing the train coming. Like, oh, it's like the same stuff over and over and over again, man. It's just, but yeah, now they have that 70% chance of a rate cut. Just to let you know, friends, my basic premise, look, friends, this is why it's weird, man. Firstly, Dark Prophecy. I made videos, literally many videos about Dark Prophecy, just to tell you about this. If you go to Sommi Dark Prophecy, Dark Prophecy, friend, this is from 2023 Q1. Can you believe it, bro? It's been 2.5 years. I'll talk about Dark Prophecy, where 2025 is a shit year. It's a red year. It's just a terrible year, which is exactly what it's been, because everybody front runs some big news. And I even said in my videos, I go, maybe they throw Donald Trump coming back or something. He wasn't even running back then. I couldn't believe it. It was the first example I thought of. Like, that's the only thing I can think of in my mind. I'm like, you know, we need like a massive US president win or something to get us excited. And it happened, dude. And we got freaking dunked. It actually happened. We got snaked. But I'll just be honest as well. In my videos of Dark Prophecy, they finish it off. It says, then you go all in at the end of 2025. Yeah, friends, I'm doing the sign of the cross. I specifically remember saying, not a single person is going to think that 2026 will be good. No one. And it's exactly where we are today. We're in November 2025. No one has any up fractals. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's guessing, hobium, cobium. It's wild. We're already all in. But yeah, like clockwork, it happens. Also, friends, short-term holders have dumped a shitload of Bitcoin. A lot. Bitcoin realized lost by... It's a long-term holder versus a short-term holder supply. So look at this. Huge short-term holder capitulation losses. Huge. That's always marks local lows, you know, but we just don't know if it's going to continue. So where to from here? We all want to know, friends. Where to from here? Let's see, friends. Let's see. Remember, I drew this channel, and it was deep, deep, deep red here. Capitulation, right? Let's see if we recover through here. Maybe we're going to leave a CME gap. Maybe we leave some sort of little CME gap. Maybe. You never know. And we go up, and we'll see if you of the snake happens out here. But most people just like this, get over and done with. Okay, let's say next year's bad. Okay, let's actually say next year's bad. What I'll do now is I'll just show you a chart of Bitcoin, friends, and let's put the 12-month chart. Okay, so it's red for next year already. This is the wild thing, friends. You know, Bitcoin has never had. Oh man, you know, I'll be honest, man. I hope Bitcoin finishes red. I wanted us to see it red for the end of the year, but I don't know. Maybe it goes back and it finishes at green. Okay, Maybe. We'll see. Maybe it does finish at green. We'll see. You never know. Maybe it does some sort of thing like that where next year, maybe it comes up, finishes green, and then next year it comes back up and it tries 130. And then there's a recession in 2027 or something, and then it comes back down to like 85, right? And everyone thinks it's over. And then it actually, we'll see. Don't know. Maybe it does the massive, maybe it does this massive bull flag. That'd be funny. But yeah, red candle for the year. It's only done one of these in a row before. It's always just one red year. That's why this thing's been absolutely horrible. And everyone's saying the worst is yet to come. Yeah, man. I love and appreciate all of you. I'm going to be here every step of the way, okay? My strategy, altcoins, look. It's just wild, man. Dark prophecy. Wow. Wow. This is how the story has to go. Like, subscribe, belly button, and all. Catch you soon.